came back. Yeah, you liked what you saw, did you? Alright, well, Adobe's made some changes to Lightroom. Let's get into those and see what they can do for you. So quick note, today's video is sponsored by Lightroom. I am a Lightroom ambassador, so it makes sense for me to kind of, give you the lowdown on these kind of things. But yeah, I'm gonna try and show you the things I like about the new updates, and hopefully it will help you to improve your game, step up, and do all that good stuff that you need to do with your photos. So first things first, obviously you see the logo's changed, gone to like a dark blue from the old classic looking logo. And good to mention right now that obviously there is Lightroom and there's Lightroom Classic. Lightroom Classic being the desktop based version and Lightroom being the cloud-based version. We'll go into the details of that in another video, but for now just know this tutorial is really going to focus on Lightroom Classic, but the main change, the hue adjustments, can be done in both Lightroom Classic and Lightroom, but again, we'll focus on that in another video. So let's jump into some of the things that have changed. So as with all updates that Lightroom does, and Adobe does in general, there's going to be some removal of bugs and performance updates. One of the ones you probably will take notice of straight away is that ability to scroll. You're not getting that kind of buffering and slowing down that you would have seen in previous times, but scrolling's really quite quick now. You'll see a fairly high resolution thumbnail when you're scrolling, so that's definitely helpful. There's also been some improvements on how to search in Lightroom, so that's going to be helpful just to keep things organized. So one of the things which I'll definitely be using going forward, and kind of surprised it wasn't in there before, is the addition of the center weighted crop tool. I say center weighted, the center based crop tool. So just by cycling through the crop options, you'll see that now we have the center there, which is quite helpful for just making sure you know exactly where you are. For me, who's quite obsessive about those kind of things, it's definitely going to be something I use. So yeah, just something to bear in mind when editing. There's been some user interface changes. One of the first ones you will notice is the tone curve. The tone curve has been changed, and it now gives you the option to very easily switch between a parametric tone curve and a point tone curve. You'll probably be more familiar with the point tone curve. This is what I think most people are most familiar with, but the parametric one's been around. I used to use this a lot when I used to use Adobe Camera Raw, and it's definitely very helpful. There are some additional things which have been added to this, and I should also mention there have been some updates to Adobe Camera Raw as well. Adobe Camera Raw looks a lot like Lightroom now, very similar looking, and I think it's been done just to allow you to be able to move seamlessly between the two programs. They are very similar, they're built on the same engine, and you're going to find there's going to be very few differences between them. Some of the benefits of Adobe Camera Raw have been brought into Lightroom, and some of the benefits of Lightroom have been pushed over to Adobe Camera Raw. So you're going to find that editing experience very similar, very helpful for you going forward. I actually prefer at the moment to use the point tone curve, but in a later video we will go through how the parametric tone curve can really help you. Just quickly looking at it now, you can see by me hanging in the lower bottom left hand corner of the graph where the darks are, you can see that shadows are currently highlighted. As I move across, you'll see that darks have now been highlighted in the sliders just below. As I get further across, lights are now highlighted and then highlights. So it really gives you an idea of which areas you're affecting. And this little graph area here, you can see this bit that's highlighted. You were kind of really seeing a guideline as to where you can kind of operate in. So that's the latitude that Lightroom suggests you should work within. So that's another cool addition to the user interface. So I'd actually say the biggest change to Adobe Lightroom is actually the local hue adjustments that you can now make. So by adding a mask using the graduated filter, the brush filter, or the radial filter, you can now make very specific selections and change colors based on those selections. So you'll know from my last video I actually spent some time working with masks to show you how specific you can be in selecting. I'm going to use a similar technique. So what I'm going to do is just drop mask on here using the graduated filter tool, but you know, you can select obviously the whole image by dragging a very short space and making that graduated filter cover the entire image, so everything's affected right now. So what you would then do is go to the range mask, click on color, and then what we're going to do is click the range mask color white balance, or it looks like the white balance tool, but it's the eyedropper tool, and then we're going to click a number of times. Now, in order to click multiple places, for those of you that know, for those of you that don't know, you can do, what you need to do is really just hit shift and you can place this in multiple places. So let's select here for one, we'll click more shadowy area here. Let's go into an even darker shadowy area here, and I'm going to click over here, which is kind of highlighted. So you have a maximum of 5, and the reason why I haven't used all 5 just yet is because what you may find is that when you shift from left to right, you'll find that you might have some areas which aren't caught by this, and you can't really notice that at the time. There's no way of really being able to kind of work in a way where you know exactly how much of that's been captured. So what I then like to do is take that 5th option and click on that, and you can then get rid of some areas. Now that's done some of the work, but I found that it's not quite as good. It's not the standard I would like to, you know, I wouldn't put out work which is like this. So what I have worked out that I'll be doing in the future for this kind of thing is adding a new graduated filter. So I'll go new, and then I'll do it again. Just duplicate that. And then again, go to color, pick the eyedropper tool, and yeah, I'm just going to select the areas which don't seem to be quite as they should be, and then I'm going to try and just match those up. So you can see that's done a better job. And let's see, let's add this area here as well. So one of the other things that you can do, and this probably is most appropriate for adjusting skin tones, because the ability to change selection of a particular area obviously does very much apply to people being able to change skin tones. The fine adjustment tool here, by clicking on this slider, you can have much less latitude. So you're seeing, by me scrolling left to right, it's taking me a lot longer to move. So you might find that's really helpful in just really nailing the kind of color that you want. So yeah, that's the main adjustment, or that's the main improvement I've seen that's been added to Lightroom. I think it's pretty cool. It's going to take me a little while to just kind of get used to it, but there's been a multitude of other like little incremental things. There are ISO specific presets, number of other things. I just wanted to give you a quick update on the things which I'm most excited about, that being the local hue adjustment slider. So that's it. Those are the updates to Lightroom Classic. Be sure to check me out next week, where I'll be going live with one of my favorites, Aaron Nace from Flern. If you liked what you saw, please consider subscribing, like, share, tap notifications, all that good stuff. If you haven't had a chance, check out the vlog. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next. I will catch you in the next video. Before I go, just remember, I will be doing more videos. I'm going to try and do them weekly. I will be doing some videos on editing on the iPad, editing on a mobile phone, editing with Lightroom, the cloud-based app, versus Lightroom Classic, and doing a bunch of other stuff. So stay tuned, and yeah, stay safe, wash your hands, spread goodness, spread love. Yeah, spread love, yeah. That's it. Man. Spread love. Spread love. So that's it. That's no. That's it. That's the main adjustments. So that's it. Those are the so that's it. Those are the. What else do all those YouTubers say? Be good. Be good. Just be good to people. That's what I'm gonna say. Also, I'm trying a new lighting setup and camera setup. So yeah, let me know what you think. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for asking. How you doing? Good. Good. All right. Yeah. No, I'm good. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right. I'm wrapped up.